everybody, how's it going? This is Darrin Goodman from GuitarControl.com bringing you this video lesson. Today I want to show you a cool sounding, really easy to play riff, and you only got to use one finger to play this. This is in an open tuning that I just called DADGAD. What that means, or an open tuning, is that I've got all of the strings tuned, so if you just play just the strings open, it sounds nice. It's a chord. Be sure to click on the link in the description for the tabs, and let's get close up and take a look at this. All right, so to start off with, let's go over what the tuning is that we're going to do for this. So your sixth string, we're going to tune that down to a D. Then your fifth string is just an A, like normal. And then your fourth string is a D, like normal. Your third string is a G, just like normal. The second string, we're going to tune that down to an A. And then our first string, we're going to tune that down to a D. So D, A, D, G, A, D. And that's why I call it DADGAD. Easy to remember. Okay, so what I really like about this tuning, I don't generally use a lot of stuff, different open tunings. I'm not a slide player. I just never really got into it. But a couple of years ago, I got hired to do some music for a video. It was for a company that trains guide dogs, and they just hired me to just put some background, some ambient music on this video. It was kind of like an infomercial for their service. And after just experimenting with some different stuff, I didn't really like what I was coming up with. I kind of felt like I was in a rut. So I thought, well, I'm gonna mess around with this open tuning, because this is one of the only ones that I've ever played around with that I really liked, and liked stuff that I was doing. So this is a great thing to do if you feel like that you're in a rut, and that you're just kind of always playing the same stuff, because this completely forces you to play in a different way than you normally do. So anyhow, I wrote this little piece of music that I'm going to show you now, and it turned out really good. Now I did what I'm going to show you now, and then I did some other tracks. I put some strings, some violins, and different things over it, playing a little melody, and it just came out really nice. So like I said, you can play this and only use one finger. So we start off, and you're only going to be playing on the third string for most of this. So right now I'm on the 11th fret of the third string, and I'm just going to use my first finger. And you can if you're more comfortable using your second finger, that's fine too. Whatever is comfortable for you. So I'm going to fret that 11th fret of the third string with my first finger, but I'm going to strum all 6 strings. Doesn't that just sounds really nice? I think. So we've got, so the strum for this is really, really simple. It's just down, down, up, up, down. Down, down, up, up, down. And then I'm going to be moving this note around on the third string, and I'm going to go from the 11th fret to the 12th fret, back to the 11th fret. So and then open strings, and then to the 9th fret. So all right, so far we have all the way down to the 2nd fret. going to do this little riff here where I'm going to slide from the 2nd fret to the 4th fret and then back. And then open, and then back to the 2nd fret. So. All right, so far we've got. So for the second part of this, we're going to go back up to the 11th fret, and we're just going to do a variation on what we already did. So I'm going to go the 11th fret, and then to the 14th fret, to the 12th, and then to the 9th. So. And then back to the 2nd. Alright, so now we're going to move our single note that we're playing to the 5th string, and we're going to start off on the 3rd fret of the 5th string, and we're still going to be playing the other strings open to the 2nd fret, back to the 3rd. So that sequence again, starting on the, try to keep my other fingers out of the way here so you can see what I'm doing. On the 3rd fret, 5th string, and then the rest of the strings, like I said, open. So we got. And then back to the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. Back to the 5th string. Now, you don't just have to play it with just one finger. I was just showing you that just for the simplicity of what, you know, how simple this is. It's probably gonna sound better, have a little bit more flow if you are using, you know, other fingers. You know, so I might start off, you know, with my first finger. Stay on my first finger. Go to my second finger. Just simply so you're not just, you know, after a while just dragging that first finger around, it starts to get a little sore, you know, dragging it across those strings. So this kind of alternates it up. Then when I go to the 5th string, since I'm on the 3rd fret, I'll use my 3rd finger. And my 2nd finger, 3rd finger, back to my 2nd finger. All right, now the cool thing about using this open tuning is that you can mess around with this and come up with any of your own stuff like this that you want. I mean, I literally came up with this, you know, in just like a couple of minutes, just by playing around with trying different things, you know. So like, let's just try, oh, you know, let's go to the 7th fret of the 4th string. you can try, you know, whatever you want. That's, you know, the beauty of this is that you can make it your own, just by, you know, trying fretting different notes. And you can obviously fret more than one at a time. The whole idea, I guess, was just to show how simple this is, and this is such a really cool tuning, you know, just to be able to do, you know, new things and just make the guitar sound almost like a different instrument, you know, just to kind of inspire you and give you some other ideas. You could arpeggiate this, you know, so instead of strumming, you know, I'm just kind of just doing off the cuff. So, you know, play around with it, experiment with it, you know, try to make it your own. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that and you got something out of it. Like I said, this open tuning, this DADGAD tuning is just really fun to play around with. And I'm sure the other open tunings and stuff are great, you know, too. I just personally haven't messed around with them a whole lot. It's kind of on my list of things to do one of these days, but it just hasn't happened yet. I got too many other things to practice. All right, so if you liked the video, be sure to subscribe to the channel. You know, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below, and until next time.